guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. US President said Putin and I made real progress in Ukraine talks. Today was a very important phone call between Trump and Putin. 2 hours phone call. And we have all the information here. So the US President just said, I have just concluded my telephone conversation with Putin, the president of Russia. And it was a very productive one. Putin congratulated me and the United States of America on the great accomplishment of peace in the Mideast, something that he said has been dreamed of for centuries. I actually believe that success in the Mideast will help in our negotiation to attain an end to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Now, Putin thanked the First Lady, Melania, for her involvement with the young ones. Now, he was very appreciative and said that this will continue. Now, for those of you that don't know, Melania sent a letter to Putin about these young ones that's facing these biblical wars in Ukraine and also in Russia. And you know, she's all about taking care of young ones. So it says here, we also spent a great deal of time talking about trade between Russia and the US when the war with Ukraine is over. Imagine that. Imagine that. That would be amazing. So at the conclusion of the call, we agreed that there would be a meeting of our high-level advisors next week. Oh, the United States' initial meetings will be led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, together with various other people to be designated. A meeting location is to be determined. The President Putin and I will then meet in an agreed upon location, Budapest, Hungary. Wow! So they're gonna meet in Hungary. I know there's some problem going on between Ukraine and Hungary. There's been some issue. So I guess that's going to be the next meeting, Putin and Donald. There's a possibility, who knows, maybe Zelensky might join this one here, to see if we can bring this inglorious war between Russia and Ukraine to an end. Now, Zelensky and I will be meeting tomorrow in the Oval Office, October 17, 2025, where we will discuss my conversation with President Putin and much more. I believe great progress was made with today's telephone conversation. All right, so we have a lot more information here. What are your thoughts, guys? Leave comments down below. 2 hours phone call between the U.S. Commander-in-Chief and Russian leader Putin. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. We were all praying that this phone call will be positive and not negative. I mean, we don't want to see Tomahawk being sent to Ukraine. I know a lot of people want to see that, but again, guys, we should not be hyping war. We should be, talking about, bringing together peace and stuff like that, again, and bringing God back to the sleeping giants and, not letting the devil try to break us up. All right, so once again, the U.S. commander phone call with Putin. And you have all these lists here. Now, Trump and Putin plan to meet in Budapest, Hungary. That's a big one. That is a big one. Also, we need to give credit to the First Lady. A lot of people's not giving credit to Melania, but she's also involved in this and trying to help, ending this war. So she's helping her husband, Donald, to end this war. And Putin is actually thanking her for the letter and the involvement when it comes to the young ones. So not too much credit is being given to the First Lady. I want to say thank you, Melania. Thank you so much for getting involved and trying to ease the war by bringing peace. The letter are very important. Throughout scriptures in the Old Testaments, that's what he did back in the days. Kings used to write letters to other kings. Solomon wrote a letter to the king of Lebanon, and they made peace together. It was so powerful. The king of Lebanon is like, you could build your temple here. Actually, you could build 2 temples. One for you, one for your wife. So, I'm not saying Putin is going to tell Donald you could build your temple here and one for Melania. Imagine that. But again, that was, Melania, what she did there was very, very amazing. Thank you so much, Melania. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Once again, please share the video. The U.S. commander will meet with Vladimir in Budapest, Hungary, as part of a renewed efforts to end the war against Ukraine, the U.S. commander announced on October the 16th. The announcement followed a phone call between the two leaders earlier the same day, during which they also agreed to hold a high-level U.S. and the Bear meeting next week. Now, the U.S. initial meeting will be led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, together with various other people to be designated, the U.S. commander wrote on Truth Social. It remains unclear who will represent the Bear at the meeting. And once again, Putin and I will then meet in an agreed upon location, Budapest, Hungary, to see if we can bring this inglorious war between the Bear and Ukraine to an end, the U.S. commander added. The conversation comes a day before the U.S. commander visit to Washington, where he is expected to press for the transfer of Tomahawk. Now, the call marks the first direct contact between the two leaders in nearly 2 months and comes amid heightened tensions over the stalled peace talk after Vladimir's effective dismissal of direct negotiation with Zelensky, an initiative that Trump personally backed. Okay, so this next one here, I'm just going to skip all this. I did post a video not too long ago. The link will be in the description box. I already read all this here, guys. So again, they're just talking about last time Putin and Donald last spoke was back on August the 18th. And that was in Alaska. All right, so let's go. Give me a second here. I want to see if there's any updates. All these information is coming out right now. This is a big breaking news. A good news. So that's the news that's coming out right now. Fox News is putting out the information here. So Fox News says that the U.S. president and Vladimir Putin to meet in Budapest for Ukraine peace talk. They should bring Zelensky in it too. I mean, it'd be amazing if all three come together. I think with all three coming together, that would be amazing. I mean, it would be awesome. The U.S. president says Vladimir called to congratulate him on the Mideast. We already know that. Both agreed to send high-level advisors for preliminary talk, with Marco Rubio leading the U.S. delegation. The final meeting between the U.S. commander and Vladimir is set for Budapest, aiming to negotiate an end to the war in Ukraine. All right. What are your thoughts, guys? Leave comments down below. Give me a second here. So yeah, it was 2 hours. And I do believe the Russian Doomsday radio station was activated. Every time these two talk over the phone, they again, Russia always activate that Doomsday radio. Following a 2-hour phone call this morning, the U.S. commander announces he and Vladimir have agreed to meet in Budapest, Hungary, to try to end the war in Ukraine once and for all. The peace commander-in-chief never stops. Make this the 9th war you've ended, the 47th. Give me 1 second here. Guys, I talked about this in my other channel, but something happened. Ooh, I can't play that video. I don't want to get hit really hard. Mitch McConnell takes a hard fall. I mean, it was really bad. I mean, the man is 83 years old, and the way he fell, I mean, it goes to tell you that that's it. He needs to, just retired. I mean, you can't do no more. You did many years. You served this country. That's it. You got to go. Once again, tripping and collapsing to his knees in the Russell basement while speaking with reporters. This marked yet another fall for him, as he has fallen multiple times this year. I don't understand. I don't understand this country, to be honest. When stuff like that happens, it means, hey, you got to go. I mean, you served many years. You got to go, man. There's a nice, beautiful home. You can watch the Golden Girls. We got hot cocoa and stuff like that. Tons of ice cream. Joe came here. He loved the ice cream. Try and see if there's any more information here, guys. But this is a good news. I mean, like I said, guys, we don't want to see like WW3. I mean, what comes out of WW3 is catastrophic, and many innocents are taken out. But not much credit is being given to Melania. Not much credit is given to Melania. And Donald, again, that's your wife. You gotta tell the world, I want to thank my wife too. She's helping out with this. U.S. commander says he and Putin will meet in Budapest. No date set. Zelensky is probably going to mess things up tomorrow. He's coming tomorrow. Donald, you can trust him. Me need tomahawk. Hundreds tomahawk. Okay, so it seems like this is all of it. I'm just looking. I'm just focusing on one topic here. Okay, so we have an update here. Hold on. Give me a second here. Who's this? RT is putting out the information. So okay, special envoy. So Putin's special envoy, Dmitriev, praises recent call between Putin and Donald. Peace and U.S. Indo-Bear cooperation would prevail, he writes on X. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Now, again, there's some breaking news coming out. It's going to be over at the Real GS News, but this one here is huge. All right. Seems like something big is escalating out there in the strip, GAZA strip. So this is a map right here. So you see Hungary. So that might be the location where Donald and Putin's gonna meet. Then you have Slovakia, Romania. Then you have, man, you got all these places. I mean, they're gonna keep an eye on this territory here. Imagine Putin and Donald meeting there, and then you have Crane right here. So, all right, guys, this is all the updates. This is all the information. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But the big one also is going to be tomorrow. Zelensky, right now, he's probably on a plane somewhere in Europe heading towards the Atlantic Ocean and then heading to DC. He will be here later today, and tomorrow he will visit the White House and possibly try to convince Donald. Vladimir is playing mind games with you. Don't fall into this trap again. So again, I do believe that Zelensky is gonna try to change his mind. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Share the video. Till next time later. Peace.